Good morning, good morning, good morning. Mary here. I wanted to say thank you to each and every one of you who have subscribed, who have liked, who have shared my YouTube channel with others. I am so grateful for the investment you've made in yourselves. 128th day today is our time together, and I am just impressed. I'm even impressed with myself because I said I was going to make this commitment. Sometimes you say you're going to do something and you don't always know if you're truly going to be able to hold that commitment, especially 128 days in a row. That's quite a feat. And I wanted to say, I want to start out with the topic is not taking everything personally. And so I'm gonna ask you to sit up straight, ground ourselves from the top of our head to the sole of our feet, and whatever it is that you're dealing with in life today, whatever's going on that we may not even know about, we're all dealing with something. And so when we take that deep breath in, we want to say, for me, I say joy and happiness and forgiveness and love and peace and compassion. I take all that in and I hold myself accountable during that day. And then I let out all the things that are not working in my life, the complaints, the animosities, the unforgiveness, the not being able to let go of things from the past. And we rest in those things. I want to blow all that out. And so let's hug ourselves gently and let's take a deep breath in. A deep breath out. Hug yourself once again. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more deep breath in. Deep breath out. Yes. And I wanted to say, this is an amazing day for us. And I wanted to say, when not taking everything personally, I'm talking to myself first of all with any topic I share from my heart. And I wanted to say, everything people do is not about you. And sometimes people respond from their own pain, their own history, their own wounds, and it has nothing to do with who you are. And I can say that as an advocate. For 9 years, I worked for a domestic violence shelter as a volunteer, learning how to release myself from some of the baggage I had stored inside myself and the anger and the bitterness about past relationships or harms that may have been done to me. And we're holding all of that inside. And when we train or when we go out to speak, I would speak from that wound rather than standing my ground and taking that power back from the understanding and learning I had learned from the power and control wheel, they called it. And so I wanted to say, guys, when we get stuck replaying the wrongs that has been done to us, we stop being able to move through what we're currently facing, because sometimes we react in the moment, but a lot of the baggage we're carrying and a lot of the excel of what we expand out is from that animalistic mindset, I call it, when we're in that automatic reaction mode because of previous harms that may have been done to us. And we're operating right there, but it seems so present in this moment. And when I can tap my forehead or tap my chest or just take some breaths, I can calm myself inside, and the hurricane is not as bad as it seems. It's kind of like we prepare for the storm before it even hits. And when it does, wow, everything just blows up all at once. But when we take some breaths and we calm ourselves and we step back and we think about what it is in that present moment that we're ready to get through. And so I wanted to say, having information, the more we can gather, it helps us gain more strength to keep pressing forward. Today's troubles will not last forever because trouble don't last always. And so knowledge is power. But just because we have knowledge without the wisdom to operate from a different space, it's just knowledge sitting. But we're working 128 days together to get that engine to slow down a little bit and maybe take our foot off of the gas pedal. We learn to conquer unproductive thoughts by focusing on what is true and grounded, not the stories bubbling beneath the surface. And especially when we have faith bigger than that mustard seed, I call it, we have enough inside us to handle most issues we're going through. It's just how we look at things. And we're not always thinking about those stories bubbling beneath the surface. And especially those things that we have that faith over, like I said. And we all have stuff that bubbles beneath the surface. Believe me, we all do. Nobody's perfect. And who's working to be perfected? We are never perfect enough in our own minds. It's not what other people see, it's what we see ourselves. And so I want for us to think about the opportunities, about different techniques, about another moment to practice everything we've been learning together over these past 128 days. I believe in hope. We're all learning something new and something we could practice on a daily basis. It takes 30 days to break a habit. And if we could just take one small bite at a time and change that piece, it's easy to change something else. You're gifted. You don't have to attach yourself to anyone else's responsibility, not their pain, not their assumptions, and not their emotional outbursts, because we know what it's like to have those outbursts on our own, right? And so I wanted to thank each and every one of you who have invested your time in this channel for 128 days together, practicing breathing even, and the letting go of things that is truly not our responsibility to take on. I can't fix anyone, but I can change the way I react. So I want us to sit up straight again. I want us to take in a few more deep breaths. But before I do that, thanks for subscribing, thanks for liking, and thanks for sharing my YouTube channel. I love the thumbs up. Let's take a deep breath in, hugging ourselves gently once again. We deserve it. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more deep breath in. Deep breath out. Let it go. And so I wanted to say I will see you on day 129 tomorrow. As I always say, the Lord willing. Thank you so much for investing. Thank you so much for loving yourself. And thank you so much for hugging yourself as well. You deserve a hug. Be safe. We love you. We care about you. You matter. Have a great day.